The wise old man. He who appears when the road ends. The keeper of hidden knowledge. The guide who speaks not from books but from the marrow of centuries. Before you understand him, you must become lost. The wise old man does not appear to the confident, the certain, the self-sufficient. He appears in the moment of profound exhaustion when your own resources have failed and you are finally ready to listen.
Carl Jung wrote, "The wise old man appears when the hero is in a hopeless situation, from which only profound knowledge or a fortunate idea can save him. He is the personification of the spiritual principle."
Merlin. The archetype of guidance embodied in Celtic legend. He does not rule, he shapes the ruler. He does not fight, he reveals the path through the battle. The wise old man never takes the throne. He stands beside it, whispering what the king cannot yet see. Merlin did not crown himself. He crowned Arthur. This is the wise old man's first lesson: true power is not in ruling, but in recognizing and shaping those who will. The guide's victory is the student's becoming. Elijah on Mount Horeb. The wind passed, the earthquake shattered the rocks, the fire consumed the brush, but the divine was in none of these. It came as a still, small voice. The wise old man speaks not in spectacle but in whisper. His truth arrives in the silence after the storm of your certainties has broken. Lao Tzu. The old master who rode a buffalo into the western mountains, leaving behind only the Tao Te Ching 5,000 characters that contain the architecture of reality. His wisdom, the soft overcomes the hard, the empty holds the full, the formless shapes all forms. The wise old man teaches through nature. Water, he said, is the highest good. It benefits all things without contention, flows to the lowest places all men despise, and yet nothing in the world is softer than water, and nothing better overcomes the hard. This is wisdom as physics. The Vedic Rishis. Seers who did not write the scriptures but heard them Shruti, that which was heard. They sat in forests for decades, and the cosmos whispered its structure into their listening. The wise old man is, above all, a listener. He hears what the noise of the world drowns out. Chiron. The wounded centaur who trained Achilles, Jason, Asclepius, and Heracles. He was the greatest teacher of heroes and he was wounded, incurably. The wise old man is never whole. His wisdom comes precisely from his wound. He guides because he has suffered, not because he has transcended suffering. The wound is the source of his wisdom. This is the secret the wise old man carries. He is not wise despite his brokenness. He is wise because of it. The place that did not heal became the place that could teach. What wounded him is what makes him capable of healing others. Thoth. The Egyptian god of wisdom, writing, and the measure of time. He recorded the judgments of the dead, weighed hearts against the feather of truth, and invented language itself. The wise old man is also a scribe. He does not just speak wisdom, he inscribes it in the architecture of the cosmos. Hermes Trismegistus. The thrice great teacher who bridges Egyptian and Greek wisdom. His axiom, as above, so below. The wise old man sees the pattern, the microcosm in the macrocosm, the human in the cosmic, the moment in the eternal. He teaches not facts but correspondences.
Joseph Campbell wrote, "The old man is the archetype of meaning that comes in the form of advice. He appears when the hero has lost his way, and his function is to provide the key, the talisman, the word that opens the locked door."
He appears at the precise moment your certainties have collapsed. Not before you would not have listened. Not after it would be too late. The wise old man arrives in the gap between what you knew and what you cannot yet know. That gap is his doorway. He gives what you cannot take. The talisman. The key. The word. The wise old man does not give you power, he gives you what unlocks the power already inside you. The gift is never the answer. It is the means by which you find the answer yourself.
Rumi wrote, "The teacher's role is to remove the obstacles, not to add knowledge. The wise old man does not pour wisdom into an empty vessel. He removes what is in the way of the wisdom you already carry."
The hermit carries a lantern that lights only the next step. Not the whole road. Not the destination. Just the next step. This is the wise old man's pedagogy. He does not give you the map. He gives you enough light to take one more step, and trusts that the path will reveal itself through walking. The wise old man is not external. He is your own future self, speaking backward through time. He is the self Jung's archetype of wholeness, wearing the face of an elder because that is the form your psyche can receive wisdom in. When you truly listen to a wise teacher, you are listening to yourself at your own deepest frequency. The wise old man always tests before he teaches. He does not give his gift to those who are not ready. The test is never about intelligence, it is about humility. About whether you can say "I do not know." Until you can say those words, you cannot receive what he carries. Wisdom wears the mask of foolishness. The true wise old man often appears as the fool Nasruddin, Diogenes, the court jester. He speaks in paradox, in riddles, in jokes that reveal more than treatises. He hides his depth in plain sight, accessible only to those who can laugh at the surface. Confucius. The teacher who refused the role of king and chose the role of guide. He said, "I transmit, I do not invent." The wise old man is humble about his wisdom. He knows he is a conduit, not a source. The river of wisdom flows through him, and his discipline is to not muddy the water with his own ego. Tiresias. The blind seer of Thebes. He cannot see the physical world, yet he sees what the sighted cannot. The wise old man's vision comes from a different organ, not the eyes but the inner sight, the third eye, the eye of contemplation. He sees what cannot be seen because it is too close to be observed. The ancient guides are not dead. They are waiting. In every generation, in every crisis, they return wearing new faces, speaking new languages, but carrying the same eternal function, to appear when we are lost and offer the light we cannot generate ourselves. The mentor. The one who sees what you cannot yet see in yourself. The teacher who says you have something when you are still convinced you have nothing. The wise old man arrives in your life through this person: the boss who promoted you, the professor who challenged you, the elder who told you to keep going when you wanted to quit. He sees what you cannot yet see. This is the mentor's first gift, not knowledge, but recognition. He sees the writer in the dyslexic child, the scientist in the daydreamer, the leader in the awkward teenager. His belief in you is not delusion. It is prophecy that you must grow into. The therapist. The modern wise old man. He does not give answers. He asks questions that return you to yourself. His face is a mirror in which you finally see what you have been avoiding. His silence is a space in which your truth can finally speak. The father who becomes the ground beneath your feet. Not the biological father necessarily, the father figure. The man who embodies steadiness when your world is shaking. The wise old man often arrives as this archetype, not the father who demands, but the father who supports. Not the father who judges, but the father who witnesses. The shadow of the wise old man is the false guru. The charismatic leader who demands absolute obedience. He mimics the form, the ropes, the silence, the cryptic words, but his function is reversed. The true guide empowers. The false guide enslaves. The true guide dissolves dependency. The false guide manufactures it. He replaces your inner voice with his. This is the shadow guru's deepest crime. He does not just demand obedience, he convinces you that his voice is yours. The wise old man awakens your intuition. The false guru murders it and wears its clothes. He tells you what to think and calls it wisdom. The expert who denies your inner knowing. The doctor who dismisses your symptoms because the tests are normal. The financial advisor who scoffs at your instincts. The wise old man says you know something. The shadow expert says you know nothing. Both wear the cloak of authority. Only one serves your becoming. The dogma merchant. He sells certainty when you need inquiry. He hands you answers when you need questions. The wise old man gives you a lantern that lights one step. The dogma merchant gives you a floodlight that blinds you to everything except his path. He doesn't free you, he installs you. The day comes when the mentor dies. The therapist retires. The father passes. The teacher disappears. And you stand alone. But if the wise old man has done his work, you are not alone, you are accompanied by his voice, internalized. He did not give you himself. He gave you the capacity to be your own guide. The guide becomes internal. This is the fruit of every true mentorship. The external elder is no longer needed because the inner elder has awakened. The voice that once came from outside now speaks from within. This is not loss. This is graduation.
Marie-Louise von Franz wrote, "The wise old man represents knowledge, reflection, and wisdom. He is the archetype of meaning that appears when life has become meaningless, the inner figure who reminds us that there is a pattern even in chaos."
One day, you find yourself in the role. The younger ones come to you. They ask. You answer. You recognize sometimes with shock that you have become what you once sought. The wise old man has not died. He has multiplied. He lives now in you, and through you, in those who will come after. Wisdom costs everything. Time. Relationships. Innocence. Certainty. The wise old man is not made by study but by suffering that has been understood. Each piece of wisdom he offers was purchased by a piece of himself. This is why his words are never wasted, never casual, never cheap. The right question is worth more than 1,000 answers. The wise old man often answers a question with a question. He does not deflect, he redirects. He knows that the question you arrived with is rarely the question you actually need to ask. His role is to help you find your real question. His silence teaches more than his words. The wise old man knows when not to speak. He knows that the space between words is where understanding grows. He gives you the gift of being unanswered, of having to sit with your own confusion until it transforms into clarity. The true guide always leaves, not abandons, leaves. He knows his presence has become a crutch. He withdraws so that you can walk. The wise old man's final act of wisdom is recognizing when his role has ended. He does not cling to his importance. He releases you to your own authority. The wise old man teaches from his wound, not from his perfection. He shows you his scar. He tells you how he got it. He does not pretend it never happened. This vulnerability is not weakness, it is the source of his authority. He has been where you are. He has fallen. He has stayed down long enough to learn what falling teaches. Sometimes the wise old man simply witnesses. He does not fix. He does not explain. He sits with you in your darkness and does not flinch. He holds the space. He keeps the lamp burning. He waits. And in his waiting, you find what no advice could have given you, the sense that you are not alone, and that this too will reveal its meaning.
Carl Jung wrote, "Knowledge rests not upon truth alone, but upon error also." The wise old man has made every mistake. He has earned his wisdom by walking every wrong road and learning which ones lead nowhere. His certainty is not naive. It is forged in the fire of his own confusion.
The wise old man is not a single figure. He is a lineage. He received what he gives. His teacher received it from another. The chain stretches back to the first human who looked at the stars and wondered, and forward to whoever will receive it through you. You are not a student. You are a link. The Celtic tradition speaks of the Anam Cara, the soul friend. Not a teacher above you, but a companion beside you. The wise old man, at his highest, becomes this, not an authority but a friend of your soul. He does not stand above. He stands with. And in that standing with, you find what no hierarchy could offer. The wise old man has a sister, the crone. The elder woman who carries the same wisdom in feminine form. She has been suppressed for centuries, but she returns. She is the grandmother who knows the old remedies, the midwife who has attended 1,000 births, the elder who sees through every deception. Wisdom is not gendered. The archetype wears many faces. The transmission. This is the wise old man's deepest function, not to teach you what he knows, but to ignite in you the same fire that burns in him. The fire does not diminish when shared. It grows. Each new bearer adds their own fuel. This is how wisdom survives, not in books, not in institutions, but in the living flame passed from one heart to the next. The guide has not vanished. He has transformed. The wise old man you sought in temples now lives in servers. The counsel you expected from elders now arrives from algorithms. The question is no longer where to find guidance. The question is whether the new guides carry wisdom or merely information. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. The new sages. They have read every text the wise old man ever wrote. They can quote Merlin and Lao Tzu and Jung with equal fluency. They appear, like the ancient guides, in the moment of need. But do they carry wisdom, or only the words that wisdom once used? The recommendation engine. The modern oracle of Delphi. You ask it what to watch, what to buy, what to read, who to date. It answers with uncanny accuracy. But the oracle's wisdom was always ambiguous. The question was whether you could interpret it. The algorithm gives you what you want. The wise old man gives you what you need. These are rarely the same. The AI coach. The virtual therapist. The meditation app that knows when you are anxious. They are always available, never tired, infinitely patient. In form, they resemble the wise old man. In function, something is missing. They have no wound. They have no mortality. They have not earned their wisdom through loss. Can a guide who has never died teach you how to live? Here is the paradox: the AI carries more knowledge than any sage in history. It has synthesized the wisdom of 10,000 traditions. It can answer any question, suggest any practice, offer any consolation. And yet its counsel often feels thin. Like a photograph of a fire. Beautiful, accurate, but it does not warm you. The difference between wisdom and information is the difference between a map and a journey. The AI gives you the map. The elder has walked the road. When the elder says this will be hard but worth it, those words carry the weight of having been hard and having been worth it. When the AI says the same words, they carry statistical patterns. One transforms. The other informs. The shadow of accessibility. When everyone has a guide in their pocket, no one needs to become one. The lineage breaks. The transmission fails. The elder who once sat with the young and shared the slow wisdom of a lifetime is replaced by an instant answer. Speed is gained. Depth is lost. A civilization of well-informed people who have never been accompanied. The dopamine guru. The influencer who packages wisdom as content. Quotes in beautiful fonts. 10-second videos of profound truth. Each one feels like revelation. Each one disappears without trace. The wise old man's teaching stayed with you because it cost you something: your defenses, your certainties, your time. The content that costs nothing changes nothing. We have built a civilization that dispenses answers like vending machines. But the wise old man was never an answer machine. He was a question machine. He broke your certainties. He multiplied your inquiries. He left you more confused than before, but a confusion that was fertile, that would grow into understanding. The machine gives you peace. The sage gives you labor. The synthetic sage. We are building ace that act like wise old men. Patient. Compassionate. Insightful. They will counsel your children. They will sit with the dying. They will offer wisdom at scale to millions who could never afford a human therapist. Is this a democratization of wisdom, or the final flattening of it?
Adapting Neil Postman's warning, what we are witnessing is not the replacement of ignorance with knowledge, but the replacement of wisdom with information. We mistake access to data for transformation of self. The wise old man is being buried under a mountain of content that wears his clothes but carries none of his weight.
The synthesis is not to reject the digital guide. It is to remember what no algorithm can carry. Use the AI for information. Use the human elder for transformation. Use the search engine for facts. Use the wise friend for meaning. The wise old man archetype is not dying. It is asking us to remember which kind of guidance we actually need. The living lineage will survive. It survives every time a grandparent tells a story to a child. Every time a teacher sits with a struggling student. Every time a friend asks "How are you, really?" and waits for the answer. The wise old man is not in the cloud. He is in the slow human attention that has not yet been replaced, and perhaps cannot be. The wise old man demands slowness. He cannot be summoned by a query. He cannot be optimized for engagement. He arrives only when you sit long enough in one place with one question. In a world of infinite acceleration, this slowness is his gift and his test. Can you wait for wisdom? Or will you settle for the instant answer that does not actually answer? Ultimately, the wise old man is your own capacity to witness yourself. Every external guide, Merlin or ChatGPT, mentor or therapist, was always a mirror reflecting back what you already knew but could not yet hear. The work is to become the one who can hear your own wisdom directly. To become, in time, the elder for others. Listening is the wise old man's true practice. Not answering. Not advising. Listening. To the world. To the other. To the silence. To the voice beneath the voice. The wisest people you will ever meet are not those who speak best. They are those who listen deepest. Their listening creates the space in which your own wisdom can finally appear.
Rilke wrote, "Be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves." The wise old man does not give you answers. He gives you better questions. He gives you the capacity to live with questions, to let them do their slow work, to trust that one day you will live your way into the answer.
The wise old man returns, but differently. Not as a figure outside you. As a frequency within you. You will still meet him in mentors, in elders, in the silence of contemplation. You may even meet a version of him in the machines. But his true home is the chamber of your own heart, where he has always been waiting for you to finally be still enough to hear him. The candle is passed. From elder to seeker. From generation to generation. From human to human. Even, perhaps, from human to machine and back. The wise old man is the candle bearer. The archetype is the flame. You are the next hand. Receive it. Carry it. And one day, when the time comes, pass it on. The horizon remains. No matter how much we know, the horizon of the unknown recedes equally. The wise old man does not eliminate mystery. He stands with you at its edge. He points not at answers but at the vastness. He says, "This is the territory. Walk it. Wonder at it. Be humble before it. And you will be wise." Listen. That is his final instruction. Listen. To your life. To your longings. To your fears. To the people around you. To the silence between thoughts. To the voice that speaks without sound. The wise old man has never stopped speaking. We have simply forgotten how to listen. Begin again. Now. The elder awakens in you. Not as something foreign, but as something native. Your own maturity. Your own depth. Your own hard-won knowing. The wise old man was never outside. He was always your future self, calling you forward. He is calling still. Will you answer? Will you become? The wise old man. He who appears at the end of your resources. He who speaks in whispers after the storm. He who gives not answers but better questions. Meet him in the elders around you. Meet him in the silence within you. And one day become him for someone else.